third video of the recording session here. Third video.
Truly well done.
Third video.
There, God Zeman. I may have lost my life once,
69?
but that alone would never be enough to stop me.
Jesus Christ, you're old. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, future me, this is the third video. Remember that hour-long clip you have before this one? Yeah, that's 2 videos in one, because you're an idiot, and you forgot to stop recording after 30 minutes. It really is a shame we can't take Marielle with us. I wish she's going there with the guild, better than traveling on her own. Yeah, sounds like they plan to send a lot of people over to her, right?
The old city capital, Oración.
Yeah, sounds like they plan to send a lot of people over to Oración. Can't think of a better group for the job. Indeed. Helping civilians is what they do best. Meanwhile, we're only going to avenge that handsome reporter guy. Were you able to get the matter settled with your school, Agnes? Yes, I told them yesterday I would be absent for a few days due to a family emergency. They've always been very accommodating in my family situation, although I've never taken advantage of it like this. I don't think anyone can blame you, given the circumstances. Still a black mark on your spotless record, though. Miss Perfect's gonna turn into Miss Delinquent before we know it. As long as she doesn't sink to Van's level, she'll be fine. I am literally standing right here. You guys sure love to bicker, don't you? What of Miss Bright and your other friends? Have you informed them? Ren already knows. She's going to be helping the guild on this mission. She already left last night, so I expect we'll run into her in Oración. Makes sense. Guessing she had to take some time off too then. Yeah, she told the school she received an emergency request to return home from the Liberian embassy. I didn't get a chance to fill in Odette and Albert on what's happening, though. I'll make it a point to apologize to them when we get back. Sounds like a plan. Morning, y'all. Sorry you two had to get up so early on our account.
We have to get the bistro ready for business anyway. Though tell me, why is the actress going with you?
Oh, I'm going with them to assess the location for my next film. Yeah, that's it. I hope that goes well then. I was hoping Yume would be able to get up and see you off, but it was too early for her. We'll buy her a souvenir or two while we're out, so tell her to look forward to them. Of course, I'll do just that. I'm almost scared to ask why you have to leave for Oración of all places, especially at a time like this. But remember, I'm holding you to your promise about that souvenir.
Take good care of your people, you troublemaking buffoon. If you don't, if even one of them gets hurt, I'm doubling the rent on your office.
Ouch. You're not pulling your punches, are you? Well, I'll do what I can to keep them safe. We'll pick the best souvenir money can buy. It'll put a big smile on Yume's face, guaranteed.
We have not known each other for long, Mr. Zeman, but I can tell you're no ordinary traveler. Please make sure my tenants come back safe and sound.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. In return, why don't we go for another round of chess when I get back? And I would not be opposed to having more of that heavenly food of yours.
Nothing would make me happier, especially since our game ended last night in a draw.
Wait!
Albert! Odette! What are you two doing here?
Ren texted us. She said the two of you will be absent for the next 3 days. As soon as I got her message, I woke up Odette, and we called a cab and got here as fast as possible.
Most trains aren't running at this hour, so that was really our only option.
Now then, where exactly are you going this early, Off on another thrilling adventure with that scoundrel and his shady entourage? If you keep throwing yourself into danger, one day you'll wind up getting hurt. Or worse.
I I'm sorry for worrying you both. I should have told you sooner. I can't promise it won't be dangerous, but I have to do the—
No! You don't have to do anything. I don't want to lose you. I mean, look at what happened to Cray. I know you put a lot of pressure on yourself because of your family, but if that's your only reason, if you're just risking your life for your dad's sake, then I won't let you go.
Odette. Yes. I'll admit that I'm doing this in part because of Dad, but that's not my only reason. Ever since I started this job, I've been exposed to people of all walks of life. I've accumulated a wealth of important life experiences, and I felt closer to my mother and grandmother than ever before, through the things they left behind. It's all become just as vital to my growth as our day-to-day lessons at Aramis. I'd even go as far to say it's because it's an inseparable part of who I am. So please, don't try and stop me. I'm not just going because of my family, or because of what they passed down to me. I'm going because this is something that I have to do for myself.
Yes.
Whose car is that?
You're certainly up bright and early. About to depart, I take it?
Renee. The hell's he doing here? Is that dear old Dad? What? Him? That's the guy who's always on the city screens.
One must always be responsible when making critical decisions, and be acutely aware of their potential repercussions. I pray you took that into careful consideration when making yours, Agnes.
Of course I did. I am my father's daughter, after all. I fully intend to seize every opportunity to broaden my horizons and learn from my collective experiences. As much as it pains me to admit, I can't promise that I'll return safe and sound, but I can promise that I'll spare no effort to do so. The last thing I want is to sadden you and the friends I love so dearly.
Agnes.
Very well. Make the most of your connections while you're away. The CID is at your beck and call. There are many truths that lie dormant in the gap between ideals and reality. You would do well to seek them out. I will cover for you with regards to your absence from Aramis. You have 3 days, no more, no less. If you exceed that, I will send in the army. That is as far as I'm willing to compromise.
That's more than enough. Thank you, Dad.
I entrust my daughter into your care, Arkwright. You would do well to utilize her services to the fullest. I see you've gathered a retinue of assistants and associates. I am depending on you all to keep her safe from harm.
No need to worry, Mr. Prez. Your girl's in good hands. We may skirt the rules of society from time to time, but we ain't about to break any labor laws.
I too will do all I can to ensure the safety of everyone here.
You have my thanks.
I will give you a call once you reach the city. I shall leave a certain other woman in your capable hands as well.
Always finds a way to saddle me with busy work. Anyway, that president is sure something. Definitely has the looks for the part, but he sure doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. The guy clearly cares about you, but he just won't come out and say it.
Well, he is a politician at heart. Evading direct answers is what they're good at.
Ah, darn it. I had so many arguments prepared, but now they've been blown out of the water. Just come back to me safely, all right?
Will do.
If anything does happen, just give us a ring, and we'll be there before you know it. Until then, please look after our friend.
Of course!
Yeah, you got it.
I gotta wonder why the hell Falcom needed to have 2 blondes in a row try to hide that they're the daughter of a high up positions. I'm really sorry for keeping this from you all. Your relation to the Professor Epstein was plenty surprising as it is. I never imagined your father was a huge celebrity too. Why didn't they just say president? For fuck's sake, man. I can't get anything done without being constantly fucking hounded. I can never get anything done without being bothered. And it is really getting to the point where all it does is annoy me after hearing a single thing. Anyway. Wait. Almost pressed triangle. Almost fucked up big time. That was real obvious you were hiding something, but damn, that's a hell of a bombshell. No kidding. I'm still processing everything. I get what you mean. Where's my water? I assumed the decision to conceal your surname was made by the government. That's correct. It was part of a program designed to protect confidential state secrets. Claudel is my mother's last name. My real name is...
You don't gotta spell it out. Had a hunch you borrowed it from your mom's side, though.
Okay, this short conversation I feel is kind of unnecessary because, like, why do we gotta go what do you mean you had to go through some government what? Government name protection? What? I mean, yeah, maybe the president's children might not go by the president's name. Maybe sometimes they might go by the mother's name to keep them like somewhat more secretive. But either way, they're still going to be found out. It's been 4 years since my mother died now. Before that, even though my father was a politician in the opposition party, he was always just dad to me. But after Mom died, and especially after he announced his candidacy 2 years ago, we've been drifting further and further apart. That was followed by the surprise election result that I'm sure you all know about. After that, I enrolled at Aramis under my mother's surname. I wasn't expecting my childhood friends Odette and Albert to be there too. Dad's remained distant ever since. I suppose that's what led me to becoming so invested in the diaries Mom left behind. Which eventually brought me to Van to find the first Genesis. I think you all know the rest of the story from there. Yes. So that's how it is. Both my mother and grandmother are still around, so I can't relate to that part of your story. But I can certainly understand being attached to your family's legacy. Oh. Yeah, we seem to be much the same in that respect.
Just so you know, I don't discriminate. So who your parents are ain't a problem for me. But so long as I'm paying you, I'm gonna be working you hard. I don't need your pops telling me to do that.
Of course. I've got your back on, yes.
Man, how'd we end up being such a group of weirdos? Myself included, I guess. The old man here's got something that draws in people like us.
He's not wrong.
You know, I can still see you all making faces in the rearview mirror like I'm some kind of trouble magnet. Especially you, Judith. You don't even work for me.
Actually, I made arrangements to pay her with the services she provides.
Say what?
I insisted on working for free, but she wouldn't take no for an answer.
Aw, come on, Reset. She's already rolling in cash from all her acting work. The mirror was gonna go toward a new body kit for the car.
Van...
I swear, this dude only cares about the 3 C's. Cars, confections, and communal baths.
If I ever end up like him, please smack me upside the head. I think you may need to start keeping him on a shorter leash, Agnes. I'll consider it.
I don't know why Agnes has to be the one. On the way to her Nope, I can't remember how they said it. I completely forgot.
They come across several checkpoints put up due to the emergency declaration, but the Cid had arranged for them to pass through. After a brief pit stop at Anchorville, they hit the road northeast. Oh my god. You got that taped on there or what? How's it sitting there?
The city we are headed to was the capital of Calvert before the revolution 100 years ago. It has a population of around 280,000 people, making it the third most populous city in the Republic.
That's a lot fewer than the capital's 800,000 and Wongport's 550,000. But man, oh man, this bike you got here is pure fire. I can't wipe the grin off my face.
I'm glad you are enjoying it, but do ride with care.
Didn't get half that reaction when he was driving my girl. I guess even obsessing over something has its downs, huh? I think your truck is nice and comfy if it helps.
Now we know that many other groups are also making their way to our destination. I am aware of Hayway and several Jaeger Corps, as well as the Grosritter and the Papal Guard's secret unit.
You were in the Grosritter, if I recall, right? Yeah, it's an elite force affiliated with the Congregation for the Sacraments that primarily exists to recover artifacts. And then we have the Papal Guard, the Holy City of Arteria's peacekeeping force. So they have a special unit of sorts too?
I'm no expert on them myself. Can you tell us a bit about them? Certainly. As you may be aware, the Grosritter is a relatively small organization comprised of around 1,000 people. The Papal Guard is a force 30,000 strong that answers directly to the Congregation for Divine Worship. It took part in the war against the Empire. The relationship between the two congregations was strained even before that, but it became more so after the war. Still, while the Papal Guard may have the upper hand in numbers, the Grosritter has significant advantages that the Guard does not. Chief among them are the Dominions, the 12 knights that lead the organization, one of whom I used to be. Their powers and the power of the unique abilities they wield is overwhelming. You encountered the 4th and 11th among them in the Black-White district some time ago. Their strength too is incredible enough to match that pair from the society we met yesterday.
For real? Damn. That red-haired woman seems so adorable to me. That weapon she had wasn't so adorable, though.
Gotta have some bite to stand up against the direwolf. Most people be scared out of their damn mind.
So wait, and the other hooded guy who was down there that day was...
He is Issakrot's second in command. Issakrot being the Papal Guard's secret unit I mentioned earlier. His name is Ashled. He does not have any extraordinary abilities like a Dominion, but he is still a veteran in combat. He learned how to wield a battle mace from me personally, so in a sense he is another student of mine.
With the Papal Guard being so big, I'm not even sure their secret units... I'm sure even their secret unit's pretty sizable, huh? And the Oathbreaker is probably right that everyone taking part in this has their own schemes in mind. Them included.
Likely so. If I were to speculate, I would say that the Grosritter aims to take Armada into custody and recover their artifacts. As for Issakrot, I believe they seek to destroy the artifacts or intercept their recovery, as well as execute all of Armada's members, who have no doubt long been branded as heretics.
Execute? So their job's to take out traitors and criminals. Sounds kinda like Hayway's Zhongzhu. I didn't think there were people like that in the church. The church's situation sounds complicated enough, and they're just a small portion of the groups we'll be facing. Once we arrive, our first goal should be assessing the situation on the ground. I expect to hear what headquarters plans to do soon as well. I don't know for sure if there are any Jaegers or warriors in the city once we get there. Judging by how many people are going to be gathering there, I wouldn't be surprised if Abby and the rest of our people come.
We'll have to see what we can learn from the guild and the Cid too. As soon as we finish contacting everyone and learning all we can, we'll get right to work.
Alright. Sounds like we're about to get real busy.
Wow, this place feels like a classic place in the Empire.
We finally made it to Oración. It's easy to tell that it's a city with a storied history just by looking at these buildings. I believe I heard the oldest cathedral in all of Calvert can be found in the eastern part of the city.
You heard right. I filmed there a few times myself. That place is always swarming with tourists.
Oh, isn't there like a super huge castle here too?
There is a palace, yes, though it was left in ruins during the Revolution.
Well, guess what that place is gonna be for? The Carnival of Death. Wow! I think it's at this point, just you play through one set of this game. Like one set. You play through Sky or the Crossbell games or Cold Steel, and you can literally just tell exactly what's going to happen throughout a game as you play it in the Trails series. Because, man, you're hardly surprising me other than when people get killed. It's just very easy to know how they format things. Like, they always keep the same format.
It's called Vashtar Palace, and it was once the center of the old Calvard Kingdom.
Well, it's gonna be the center of today.
Bet that's a decently popular tourist spot, too. Wait, what's that?
That thing's called an orbital tram. It'll take you anywhere in Oración. They're good for scenic drives, but they ain't exactly built for speed. I'd only hop on one when you've got time to kill.
Darn, there goes that plan. We can ride one the next time we visit.
I've come here a few times for work before, but I never thought I'd return under these circumstances.
I've taken the liberty to reserve 2 rooms for us at a nearby hotel.
Awesome. You're a lifesaver, Master. It's not always easy to book rooms on such short notice.
Fairy was getting distracted, and Reset's gotta be like, come on now, we have to go. Oh, there's Marielle.
So the Mafia's new base is somewhere in this city.
We'll dig those cowards out of whatever hole they're hiding in. Let's drop by the local branch first, though. We should get our ducks in a row and secure manpower before making a move.
Good thinking. Better to act with caution than with reckless abandon. While we're there, we should take the time to speak with the survivor. We may learn a thing or two from them.
You know, there is so much that Fee has been a part of in this series. Like, since she was already a Jaeger, so she already had seen her fair share of battles. But then she joins Class 7, and bro, she doesn't just be a part of Class 7 saving the world. She's a bracer, and she continues to save the world, to fight against real big threats.
Hopefully so.
Like, man, Fee's achievements are pretty damn big.
Oh, yeah. Your folks are here, aren't they, Elaine? Are you planning to pay them a visit?
No. I'm only interested in handling the task at hand, and I believe our temporary collaborator shares my sentiment.
Indeed. I will assist you all to the best of my ability.
Yeah, there's Hayaway, already sitting together. Can I skip his dialogue?
I've just confirmed that the top dogs of the guild and our young friends have entered the scene. We are still in the process of gathering intelligence on the enemy, but once our analysis is complete, I will be counting on you to do your part, Yin.
Naturally. Just so we are clear, though, I'm not a part of Heiyue, and I'm not doing this for you.
Thank you for saying that, Ricio.
However, I agree that we must do something about that weapon. It's a threat not only to the people of Calvert, but to the rest of the world as well. And I will do everything within my power to protect both my former home and my new one.
I swear they get bigger every time you see her. Hey, it's the guy who does a laser pointer thing. Of course you're up on a rooftop.
Oh, damn. Guess the so-called strongest guy who ever lived is joining the fun.
If they don't stop gassing him up, I swear to God.
Indeed. And it appears our friends from our very own Shadow Legion are here as well.
Mmm.
You really had to go, Well, show us all, Mata. Oh, hey, it's them.
There are a lot of powerful players here. We've got the Mafia, the Gardens, and all these other random groups. We have our work cut out for us, don't we?
On the contrary. I believe we could have this whole ordeal settled by the end of the day. But I assume you wish to use this rare opportunity to determine what direction this continent is headed.
Yep. Plus, I'll bet there's gonna be a lot of fun surprises by the end. So we should let this show run its course.
Oh, my God. Everyone's just sitting around.
Can't say I'm thrilled about having another run-in with that freak from the Gardens. But I'm still psyched as hell for this thing. That Dantes guy sure knows how to throw a party.
Well, good host or no, that man is a veritable monster. He's almost as bad as our friend in the silly blue coat.
Hey now, I resent that. I'll have you know I'm a model gentleman. One thing's for certain, though. This is going to be a festival to remember.
I seriously, every time Harwood speaks, I'm not saying anything about his English voice actor. His English voice actor is good, but knowing that for Japanese, it's Kiryu Kazuma, I'd rather listen to that. I want to hear Kiryu. Again, nothing's wrong with the English voice actor. I just want to hear Kiryu. Guess that's why I wanted to play Yakuza Ishin so bad. Damn, the air around this city is toxic as hell.
You weren't wrong. There are powerful foes all around us. I can feel it.
Really? But the town seems so peaceful to me. There were a lot of tourists around as well. And that in of itself is concerning, given what happened to Cray.
From what I heard, the state of emergency lifted after one day here. Anyway, we should call up the Cid.
I see you have arrived safely in the city. You were nearly on time as well. I'm impressed.
How do you... Did you set up hidden cameras in here? Never mind. What's the stitch, Renee?
We're still ascertaining the names and numbers of the enemy, but I have learned which organizations are there at present.
Why don't you share with the rest of the class, then? We're all ears.
First, the Bracer Guild's Edith branch turned up shortly after you, and they were joined by some capable bracers from elsewhere. Then we confirmed the arrival of Heiyu Wei's White Orchid Dragon and Yin, and they likely have a large number of Shangsho accompanying them.
See, here's the thing. Here are the people to really think about. You have Fee here. She has fought multiple gods at this point. She's fought multiple gods at this point. Of course with a team, but she still fought those gods. Risha, I believe, has at least, working with the SSS, has fought at least 2? Maybe 1? She's fought some pretty big foes. And then you have, Arkwright Solutions, which since they're the main group, they've been doing good. But that's just the thing. You don't need all these other people. Fia and Risha can literally handle a lot of this stuff just themselves. Even Ren.
A few Jaeger Corps have joined the fray as well, the warriors of Kruga and Eisenshield included. The church sent 2 members of the Grossritter, as well as elite members of Iscariot. Ikaruga and Marduk were also dispatched to Oración by their clients.
Oh yeah, as long as we would probably hope that Shizuna would fight for the good guys, then you have a Divine Blade here.
Oh, and your clients are there too. They are likely lurking in the shadows as we speak. That's all I have. I shall leave the rest in your capable hands. I must turn my attention to the mountain of tasks that await me.
Just hearing him fire off those big names one by one was enough to make me nauseous. And those were just the highlights. There's still the Nidhogg Corps and the Scorpions of Zahat, an established corps from the Central East. The Dolor family's here too. They're the 3rd largest mafia in all of Calvard. Then there's the Stillwater Fleet and Zect Arms. One of them is a group of Sea Jaegers, and the other's a new weapons manufacturer.
What criminal organization isn't in here at this point? You got me there. Can't say I've heard the last few names, though. But we're all too familiar with Ikaruga. Ikaruga. I'll bet anything that white-haired girl is leading the charge. I'm all but certain that Marduk sent the elite unit. I don't even want to see his name. Anyway, I sensed him earlier, so I'd say you're right on the money, and I know for a fact that my people in Ida's corps are here too. And the Republican army is making their move in secret. Just what is Almada plotting?
Can you say that they leaked their current location themselves? I did. They invited us all to this place, knowing full well that they were painting a target on their backs in the process. They must be lying in wait as we speak. I imagine we will hear from them soon enough, and then this carnival of theirs will truly begin.
Oh right, the guy in the armor asked me to take part in the carnival. Is that what this whole thing is about?
Yeah, I'd bet on it.
Oh! White, that's a powerful. Why is it glowing? Why is it going off now?
That can only mean...
Holy shit. Everyone's Zyphus are ringing at once.
It's Almada. No caller ID. I'm gonna answer it.
Knew it.
Greetings, my friends. I thank you all for taking time out of your very busy schedules to come here today. My name is Gerard Dantes. I am the head of Almada, as well as the man you seek to destroy.
Not beating around the bush, is he?
I am thrilled to announce that every one of our invitees are in attendance. No doubt you all were brought here under different circumstances, but your end goals are the same. To lead us off in chains, or lead us to an early grave. We thought about simply settling this with an all-out war, but the collateral damage would no doubt be immense. And we would never involve innocent civilians in our bloodshed. At least not without an explicit purpose. So we went back to the drawing board, and we found a far more elegant solution. We decided to host a game. One that would make clever use of the sprawling labyrinth of underground ruins just below this city. The concept is quite simple. We will have you all engage in a fierce competition where you will proceed to slaughter one another like rabid animals.
Buddy, if you don't come out with if you do not, I will kill this entire city. He's probably gonna say that, because if we were smart enough, we wouldn't fight each other.
These ruins have existed since the days when this country was a kingdom.
What the fuck are you doing? I'm talking about Melchior there. Why the fuck is he Bro, fucking take his pants off and start sucking his dick, why don't you?
They shall serve as the arena for our game. Once you have bathed in the blood of your peers, you will earn the right to challenge one of my pawns. Should you take all of my pieces, the last team standing will have the opportunity to checkmate me here in Vashtar Palace. That is the long and short of it.
He wants us to duke it out in a battle royale? They must be sick in the head if they think we'll play along with this insanity.
I should mention that participation is compulsory, so I would not skip out on this if I were you. That is, if you value your own lives, as well as those of the 280,000 innocents in this city.
Not another one. That's a nuclear weapon! Just like the one that destroyed Cray. They had another one of those damn things after all. They must be the last of Professor Callahan's incomplete prototypes.
I trust that an explanation of this device's capabilities is unnecessary. This game has a number of rules that govern participation, the evacuation of civilians, and other such matters. Should anyone break the rules, the device will instantly detonate, sending everyone straight to the afterlife, whether that be heaven or Gehenna. Rule violations will be assessed on a case-by-case basis by an impartial surveillance system, which is run by this relic.
The 6th Genesis! We knew it would be involved in some manner.
The device's judgment is absolute. Do not think you can pull the wool over its all-seeing eye. Should you wish to face me in battle, you must eliminate the other teams and conquer the game. It really is that simple. I do hope you will enjoy this carnival that we have dutifully prepared. I know that I will. Ah, and there's the noon bell. The game's first round will begin exactly 2 hours from now. Each team has been assigned an entrance to the labyrinth. We will send each of you a map with their locations momentarily. Once you arrive, you will need to search for a key card that we hid near your respective entrances. And that about covers our overview. I look forward to seeing who I will fight at the end of these thrilling 3 days.
These must be the rules of the game and the map to the underground.
Let's have a look at them right away.
Oh. Huh, great. Ah. Wow. Wow.
This can't be happening.
Unfortunately, it is happening. We really are being forced to participate in the Battle Royale. With the Genesis watching over us, we will have to comply and abide by these rules as well.
Right. If it catches us breaking any of them, the whole city will be destroyed.
Our options are limited within the entirety of Oración.
Whatever.
Our options are being limited with the entirety of the city's populace being held hostage.
Hey, wait a second. If the bomb detonates early, they'll get caught up in the blast too, won't they?
No. These guys can teleport to a safety whenever they want. So even if they couldn't, I doubt they'd do this any differently.
These guys are utterly insane. So this is how they plan to exploit the fruits of Professor Callahan's labor. How utterly abhorrent. I can't say I'm happy about their abusing the Genesis either.
There are less than 2 hours until this first round begins. We have little time to waste. What should our next move be, Van?
I say we get out in the field right away. We can't afford to just sit on our hands. That was what's at stake here. Eventually we'll need to make our way on over to the entrance and grab our key card. But first I think we should walk around the South District. It'll help us get our bearings.
And while we're in the area, we can visit the guild branch there too. Sounds like a plan.
'Cause every night I will save your life.